Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and over the years, Apple has added hundreds, if not thousands, of new features to iPhone and iPad and more, and over the past year, they added 300 to 400 new features and changes with iOS 15. However, over the years, we may have forgotten some of the very best ones, so I wanted to go over the 5 best iOS features you forgot about. Now, the first one has to do with copying and pasting. Copying and pasting is something you probably are already familiar with, but there's a gesture you may not be familiar with or you may have forgotten, and you can copy and paste between multiple devices. So let me bring over the iPad here. We'll put down the iPhone, and on the iPad, I'll open up Notes. On the iPhone, I'll open Photos, and if we use 3 fingers, we can pinch with 3 fingers to copy and then unpinch with 3 fingers to paste. So let's go ahead and copy this image, and then we'll paste it seamlessly over here. So we'll copy, then paste. And you'll see it says pasting from iPhone 13 Pro Max green. Let's do that again with the next photo. So we'll copy, then paste. And you'll see it's pasting to the next device. So it's seamless over the network with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on. You can basically airdrop anything from one device to the other and paste it in the document. You can do the same gesture if you've selected text and more, but it's easier to show, of course, with photos. So that's what it looks like, and it works seamlessly across devices. We could go from the iPad to the iPhone, just use that 3-finger gesture. The next thing you may have forgotten about that I'm surprised more people don't still use is 3D Touch. If you have an iPhone XS or older, you have 3D Touch that uses pressure in the display to measure your input to the display. So press and hold on maybe the music icon and it pops open a submenu. It's sort of like right-clicking on an app icon. You can do this on the latest phones, but it's not the same thing. It's not pressure sensitive. It's just waiting for your finger to rest there and stay there. So haptic press is just done by waiting. So you put your finger on the music app icon, it knows that it's there for a little bit, and then it opens up that submenu. However, with 3D Touch, again, it's pressure sensitive, but you can still do this today with haptic touch or 3D Touch and get into all of your menus. Quickly go into your battery, your cellular data, Wi-Fi, or Bluetooth by using 3D Touch on settings. You can do the same with maybe weather. We can go to the local weather. We could remove the app, of course, instead of just pressing and holding and waiting for everything to jiggle or go into jiggle mode. And then also we could do that maybe on health or maybe a note. We want to scan a document or a photo. It's just a much easier and quicker way to get into that specific thing without going step by step in the note. So that's something I know people are familiar with, but probably forgot about since they took away the pressure sensitivity, but it works on iPad as well. So it's something that's super useful that people should definitely use if they're not already and probably forgot about. Now, the next thing has to do with Mail. Under Mail, if you use Apple's Mail app, there's a really great gesture that helps you select multiple mails at once or email at once. Go into the Mail app, and you may already be familiar with this, where maybe you can swipe the email off, or maybe you want to select multiples at once, tap on Edit, then you can either tap on one individually or drag your finger. Well, instead of tapping multiple times to do this, just take 2 fingers and swipe down on the email. So swipe up or down, you can select multiples or unselect multiples. It's super easy and very simple and straightforward. So it's really great, a nice, easy way to do that, and it's something I think a lot of people forgot about. Not only can you select multiple mail at once, but you can select multiple apps at once. I'm still kind of surprised how many people don't realize this is here, and I think it's a great feature that you're missing out on. So I wanted to share it with you. Just press and hold on an app, wait for it to go into jiggle mode, and maybe I want to move a bunch of these apps to another screen. Maybe we'll press on Minecraft here. So now I'm holding Minecraft. Let's just tap other apps that we want to move around with it. Keep tapping on the apps, and now we can tap. We'll take 10 apps. You'll see it says 10, and then we can drag these maybe to the next screen, let go, and they all paste onto the next screen. It's an easy way to move a ton of things at once. And again, press and hold, and then just tap each one individually, and they'll go into your sort of stack here, and then we'll drag them back to the other screen and let go. And there you have it. So it's an easy way to move everything around, and hopefully that helps you if you're trying to move multiple apps at once. Now, all of us are familiar with screenshots. Sometimes we activate them accidentally, and on iOS, you can actually extend that screenshot to capture more than what's just on the screen in Safari. So if we go into Safari, you'll see here we're at Apple's website, and as we scroll down, maybe we want all of this information captured in one single screenshot. We can do that by pressing volume up and the power sleep wake button. Of course, you may already be familiar with that, but now tap on the screenshot. Then at the top, it says full page. Tap on full page. Now we have access to the entire page for a screenshot. So we do have extended screenshots in Safari, and you can see here we can scroll through all of those different pages, and we now have access to that. One feature you probably forgot about, or maybe didn't even know about, is the ability to fully customize your home screen based on your location or time of day, or even the app that you open up. This is done by using focus modes. Now currently you'll see I have 2 pages here, and they're just filled with apps in one widget. And if we go into the control center, you'll see that I have Do Not Disturb turned on. If I turn on work, I made this as an example, turn on work, go back home, and you'll see I only have 3 widgets on the home screen. I don't have another screen, I just have the app library. So you can fully customize this based on a couple different settings or parameters that you set. So I have a full video on how to fully customize this, but let me show you how it works. So if we go into settings, within settings, if we go to focus, under focus, we'll go to work since that's the example I used. And then you can, of course, set your notifications for people and apps, but you also have home screen and even lock screen customizations. So if we go to home screen, if we turn on custom pages, and then tap on Edit Pages, we can then actually change what pages appear when this focus mode is active. So you'll see I have one with just widgets, and then if I want to add more, I can do that, or I can add less, whatever you'd like, and of course have it change automatically. Now I can have it change based on time of day and more by going back to where it says Turn on Automatically, Add Schedule, or Automation. If we do that, it can be based on time, location, or even app that's opened. So it has smart activation. So maybe when you arrive home, it can activate a home mode, or when you're off of work. When you go to maybe work or go to a remote place, you can have it activate based on that. So it's super helpful in helping you set up a focus, but also if you just want to customize your home screen. So you can have many of those set up based on location, time of day, and of course, like I said, apps that you open. If you go into Safari and maybe you're looking for a word on a page, of course, I'm on apple.com, so maybe we'll search for iPhone. Tap in your address bar, whether you have it on the top or bottom, type in the word iPhone, and then you'll see, let me type it properly here. We'll type in the word iPhone, scroll down, and you'll see it says on this page, find iPhone. Tap on that and you'll see here that it finds it and highlights it. It says we have 3 of them, so we can tap the arrow and find the word iPhone. So it helps you find those on the page, and it's something I use all the time. So if you're not familiar with it, hopefully that helps you a little bit, maybe finding something. Also, you can customize settings for each website individually. What I mean by that is if you tap the 2 A's here, you'll see that we have website settings. Under Website Settings, we have the option for Request Desktop Website, Use Reader Automatically, and then maybe you're using a website you don't want them to ever be able to use the camera or microphone or your location. You can customize it individually on a website-by-website basis. So here you'll see I don't want Apple to use my camera or microphone, but they can use my location if they ask. If I go over to Google, we can change this here. So we'll go to Website Settings, and under Website Settings, again, maybe I don't want them to use my location ever. You can change it, and now it changes on a website-by-website basis. So this is something I think will be very helpful for a lot of people, and hopefully you found it helpful as well. If you have any other features that you think are great that people have forgotten about, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Of course, if you'd like to get your hands on this wallpaper, I'll link it in the description like I normally do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.